One thing about me I'm pretty self-aware about is I really love to shop. I mean, if you took a look at my eBay watch list, it's like a mile long. I've got a whole series just about stuff I find while thrifting. By the way, good show, check it out. But there are some times when I'm out online shopping even where I can make a pretty great discovery.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
So I was online shopping, just as I do, when I found this vintage Bandai 1996 10-gallon airfield toy set. And this looks like some whole other show about anthropomorphized vehicles I've never seen before. Honestly, based on the fact that these vehicles have faces and some pretty realistic bases and some human characters, this kind of gives me the vibe of a Thomas-style series, but with aircraft. In some ways, it reminds me of JJ the Jet Plane, but more the wholesome reboot version instead of, you know, this. Honestly, above all, it's the vehicle characters that intrigue me the most. So let's go ahead and take a look at these guys. I think the main character is this guy called Tros, because he's the little cartoon on the front of the box here. And he's definitely based on some sort of Albatross World War I fighter, which might also explain why his hangar says Tros on it. Which, if you ask me, is just like naming Thomas Billy because he happened to be designed by L.B. Billington.
I'm Billy.
Like Thomas, his hangar is also number 1, by the way. This next character, I originally tried translating some box art to try and get a name, and here's what I first came up with.
S-Friend Yukata. Episode 2 Fakata. Aviation 1. Loryu. Episode 2 The seed has not gone to the dragon 50 leftovers.
I don't know why the dragons got leftovers, but sure, why not? I know Google Translate is far from the best method, but honestly, it's all I got. This next aircraft here is based on a German Fokker triplane, another World War I fighter, and this one came with a VHS. You can tell from the box here on this Amazon listing. Also, this character appears to be some sort of grump, because look at that face. The next character, I have next to nothing to go off of. Some giant green plane. Looks like a World War I bomber, maybe a Gotha type, or a Zeppelin Staaken R4, something like that. The next aircraft, I also have very little to go off of, other than it's based on the Spirit of St. Louis, Charles Lindbergh's plane. He flew nonstop across the Atlantic. You can see it at the Smithsonian, really good piece of history. And then this last plane here is a Sopwith Camel with floats, or perhaps a Sopwith Baby, which already gives me an idea of just the attention to detail these people took when it came to making these characters. I actually found a whole blog about just this character, but skip ahead about 3 minutes if you want to move on. Okay, so the source that I found for this little yellow Sopwith plane with the floats actually came from this Lego blogger in Japan. If I translate into English, this time we'll introduce some nostalgic toys that we found at an auction. I'll put the link to this article in the description. Go Tauros in the sky set with Bun Bun Soppy video. So Bun Bun Soppy, I bet, is the name of the yellow plane here with the bow. If this plane is a Sopwith Baby, or perhaps a Sopwith Camel with floats, the name Soppy would make sense. I don't know what the Bun Bun means. Considered an airplane version of Thomas, depicts the friendship and adventures of the main character Tauros and his friends. Bun Bun Soppy came with a videotape, so there's got to be some sorts of episodes out here from the show. I just cannot find them. Bun Bun Soppy is the only female character in the story. I figured based on the bow, I don't know, I didn't want to assume, but that's good to know. Float plane with floats, bright and well designed. Tauros and his companion Foss. I'm assuming that's Tros, so maybe that's Foss? Foss sounds like the World War I flying ace Werner Voss, and so I almost wonder if this plane here has the name Foss because of the ace, Werner Voss. Werner Voss also painted a face on his own airplane in World War I, so that would be kind of interesting. Each video contains 2 episodes of the Sky Take Tauros anime. This is like the 3rd different name I've heard of for this series. 10-gallon airfield, Sky Take Tauros, my gosh. This looks like really good merchandise, by the way. Propellers spin when you put in a battery, you click the button and it goes. It looks like it's really highly detailed. I mean, look at that, you know, the paint job and the propeller and everything. That just looks so cool. It's a finished product. They opened it. Again, looks really nice. This looks like a show I would totally collect all of the merchandise from. So well made, although it does not have the fine detail of a plastic model. It is a sturdy toy. It's meant to be played with. It has rollers. And there's the VHS cover. Again, I'm dying to see if anyone can find these episodes out there. And also if they're available in English, that would be nice. And actually, they left us a pretty good idea of how these toys scale. They put a Lego minifigure next to the toy, and that looks like it scales almost perfectly. So, and they say it here, it doesn't look out of place when you line it up with the minifigure. Some more pictures. It's called Soppy. The shape of the tail is just like the camel. I agree. I don't know if there was a float paint with floats of the same model. There is the Sop with Baby, but the shape is different. I think maybe they were going for a Sop with Baby and happened to get some features of the camel in there. Skywalker Tros. Okay, cool. Fifth different name out here. But definitely seems like a show that, you know, has really good merch. And again, I wish I had episodes to go with this, but this is awesome, this blog. I'll put it in the description, like I said. This show also has some human characters. There's this sheriff wearing a 10-gallon hat, which maybe that's where 10-gallon town came from, and a young girl and a young boy. And as I'm doing this research, there's also another major challenge that I really need help with.
Do you speak Japanese?
My channel name might be Here the Japanese Train, but I do not speak a lick of Japanese. And Google Translate does me sometimes more of a disservice because, well, take a look.
Butter.
The next thing I tried was to Google some of the words on the box that were in English, with very mixed results. Let's search 10-gallon town. Oh. I even tried words I had no idea what they really meant. Let's try this. Nothing. And sadly, this is kind of where I've hit the end of the line. I'm desperate to find more information about this show. We're supposed to keep a record of all the anthropomorphic vehicle shows out there, and if there's one out here that we just don't know anything about, I'm ready to go down the rabbit hole, but I need more information. I would love to get my hands on any of the videos or even own some of the models for myself just so I can take a closer look at these. But if anybody out there knows Japanese, has any more information about this series, has an episode even, let me know in the comments below because I am desperate here, alright? That being said, I'm Here the Japanese Train, signing off. Have a good one, guys. Who are you people? That's so bad, I can't keep that in.